Okay, listen, I don't always have the greatest. This is basically a brush up I'm going on. You like my glasses? I like these the best, these glasses, because when I scratch my eye, I don't have to worry about getting the lenses dirty because they ain't there. The only vision I need right now, really and truthfully, a new focus on this world, okay? And I understood because the car, the Ford Focus, and I was thinking about focus and I saw these glasses and right away it snapped. So what I'm going to tell you right now is again, live. I'm only thinking it right now. In fact, I might forget it. Now, because of the distance they are from your eyes and on your eyes and your nose is your balance. We're made in a lot of triangular formations, and what God did is He made the triangular formations soft at some points. And what happened to these triangles when they became soft? They collapsed. Okay, so God blew up thousands and thousands of little bubbles, and each bubble, okay, was helping the next bubble to it. And in between that were the veins that connected everything to the body. Okay, and one of the ways I see that God did it is this way. Okay, because everything we do, okay, will turn into a spaceship at the end. Because everybody knows at the end of the game, it's up, and away, and it's a home run. What does home mean to you? Home is heaven, and it's the home in the air we went to heaven in the air. We didn't even need our legs, which created a V all our life. The legs that we tripped over, the toes that we had in front of our nose, that if we couldn't put our toes properly with our nose, the policeman brings us to jail. So having these glasses brings your vision a little bit further in this life. So what you're going to see is you're going to create a new vision for your eyes. You're going to see a space, and every space has to be designed. Every space is a line. It's all about the lines and dots, Morse code. It's all about the codes. We have to decode everything, so God knew we have to decode the Bible. So how do we write the Bible? We write it with words. Now let's try and decode a couple of words, okay? How about the letter over here? Can anybody see? What is it? Right. Right. Wrong. It's a K. All I did is draw one teardrop. These are teardrops. I've been seeing them for years and years and years. This little design over here, this teardrop. And I can never figure out what it is, and I know it makes the heart, and it's the only rounded out triangular form you can actually have is in the teardrop because of its formation. You must measure a teardrop. Measure teardrops. Study a teardrop. Very important. Not only that, in that teardrop, or is it a raindrop, do they carry the same effect? Because isn't there a little salt in the eye? A little salt in the eye? Taking the sand out of my eyes. How come they don't have the color brown in the rainbow? Brown in the rainbow? Sure is, all mixed up. What the rainbow does is it separates the elements in the air and it shows you the colors. And one of the reasons for that is because everything goes into its own position after, inside the strands of the matrix. And it's the strands of the matrix that light up because the elements are right there. So they connect all of them together, and what you see is how the matrix is built. It's basically the roof here, okay? What the roof is and what the rainbow is all about is it goes all around us, the rainbow, okay? It's a rainbow effect, but like I showed you with the teardrop over here, okay, this teardrop, I'm supposed to make a teardrop here and a teardrop here, like over here. You see this? These are two teardrops. In actuality, it's the letter J. How would I put that? Let me see. Can you see the letter J there? Let me see if I can get my finger to it. It's a J. You see it as a D, but when I brought the first line from the top and I moved it back, it's a J. It's a J that turned into a D. So you got JD, and you got clips, you got earrings, you've got two hands that are curled under, and actually what you're seeing is the background through his arms. So since I noticed that now, I'm going to draw in the background. What color would you like to see? What? Good choice. Thank you for telling me. You didn't tell me, I would have never known. I'm just going to design in the background in this. Just to show you, it just changes, every color changes everything. You know what it is? It's our eyes. It's our eyes, and it's our perception. And what we perceive is what makes the center of who we are in our universe. What we perceive creates our universe. We perceive, we take in. What you take in, okay, you take in to create. You take nothing in that you do not want to create. You take in what you want to create. It's a natural instinct. Therefore, you're always changing the formation of the universe inside of you, transfer it onto the beta system over to God, and voila, you've got a whole missing of points somewhere down the line. Because when you began, you started with a spirit that never existed. So everybody's trying to figure out how come, what's missing? The spirit that never existed and the soul that never existed. You got to count this for more than one. We're more than one here. Okay? It took 4 cards to make the whole square. Okay? It took 52 cards in the deck with points. All over the points. Okay, we'll talk about that after. Okay? See, now you have this over here, right? And you see his eyes? They're coffee beans. I made 2 coffee beans. You see the V here? There's a head here. He's got a coffee bean here and a coffee bean here. He's got his arms up here and his arm up here. They also look like hamburgers. Well, that's God holding up the angel and he's holding up man. This is Beta. That's the elephant Dumbo with the 2 big ears. And there's his big nose right over here. Okay? This is actually a sailboat, or it's a T. If you finish it off, okay, it becomes Superman. It's a transformer. And it says 22, 25, 25, 22. It's a feeding station in a chicken house. Okay? And those bubbles you saw, well, those are the rooms. Every room. You have 4 sides, and you got 9 in every room. That's what the telephone says. You see, some things have to be by 6. Then you're including the roof and the floor. Now, if you're including the 2 roofs and the 2 floors and the ceiling and the basement, like tic-tac-toe, just how they build a telephone. Well, I have that scissors. Where's that scissors? You don't mind. I'm not going to rush through this, you know. I need another light. Where's the light? Oh. You know what? Everything's happening. Right on. Everything is right on, my friends. You know what? Everything's right on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Come back. Yeah, I'm going to light this up, and I'm a little confused because I've been dropping things and nothing big, and hold on, I've been losing my lighter, and hold on, maybe I need another pair of glasses to help me out. These are all granny glasses, so if I wear my father's glasses and my mother's glasses, maybe I'll do better. Oh, I hear music. Oh, look. What do you think that's for? Look at the shape of it. Okay? It's an odd shape. It's got a bevel in it. If we have it here on earth, God has it. If he has this, that means he's got an open bolt to get to. If God made it, we have it. So what does God have? What kind of bolt does he have? Because if we know what kind of bolts he's using, we'll know what bolts he used, and those bolts will tell us for the strength of the wall or whatever else he's putting together. Now, don't forget, when I explain these things to you, it's my vision of the way I can explain it. If you want me to go and look over his plans and tell you how he did it, first of all, I can't read his language. That's why he passed on the English language. God waited till every man in this world where he found the middle, and the middle was the English language. Okay? And in between that, everybody else spoke, and we spoke a little bit of the other language. I'm English, I speak French, and so on and so forth. Because in life, you don't want to get one of these. But if you do get one of these, okay, it's got 1 space in it. 1 space, what can it be? You turn it, so you're turning something in. Whatever you're turning in is turning inside something. So what you're turning, you took a screw, to take something, to take another thing, to screw it in. Now this thing has to be held by something else, something holding it. It has to have a hole in it, okay? Or you have to take a bolt and put it on the other side. You use your 2 hands and hold up the wall while you're putting in. You think God did this all on his own? Oh my God. That's why, if God did do this on his own, he did it in this fashion. He leaned things on other things until they became the angle that they are. Okay? These 3 triangles lean perfect. And God started, and that's why this is God's crown. This is God's crown. That's his crown. He wears all the colors on his head. He's got all the colors. We already spoke about, I'm going to get back to the shape and design in a minute, but we already spoke about what's natural in life. And the most natural thing in life is black and white. Now, if anybody wants to say they're not colors, they're the background that began everything. Because when you throw a piece of wood into a fire, okay, although all the gases and everything comes out, what's left over is turning black and then white. And then it turns to ashes and it's gray, it's in between. It shows you it's in between, right from the two colors, right in front of your eyes. There's nothing like black and white. So therefore, in certain religions, okay, they say, do not eat red meat, okay, with white milk, okay. The cow, okay, she goes into the field and she eats the green grass. The green grass comes from the energy of the sun, okay, in which is infiltrated by the Spirit of God, okay, the electricity, okay, and the yellow spirit. And that's the protein spirit. And what happens is she shoots it out back to the grass. It boils her spirit again. The water is the spirit, okay, because the water, without the water is a base. The water, the black and the white, that's your base. Okay, and something to do with oil, I don't know about that yet. I think oil's the other base, because they call that oil painting. All the kinds of paintings you have are all the bases of God. And the reason for each color is its own originality in its position. Because an orange may have come from something else, and not red and yellow. Okay, it may have been created from something else. Okay, maybe a green and a brown working backwards or something to make that yellow because of the earth and the elements inside the earth. So the yellow came from an element inside the earth to turn yellow to be called a natural color, and now we have orange that it's made by red and yellow. In all actuality, if it comes out of the earth, it's not true anymore, because it may not have used the red spirit inside its effect on changing. Otherwise, it might have that on the fruit already. So the earth has the natural color of yellow, and yellow comes from the earth. 100%. I can't see any different. When you say earth, wind, and fire, my friend, that fire changes everything. Every color changes when the fire's around. When you start manipulating water, but if you start manipulating a thicker substance, like oil, okay, something fishy about that oil. Hey, fish oil. We've been talking about all kinds of oils all our life, okay. Another thing I want to talk about is the envelope, which is the fat, okay, because the fat is always spongy. It's like a protection. So God built a protection, and in the fat is all these bubbles and stuff, okay, and it's all fatty. It's protection. It's protection. The cow has to live how long, weigh how much, and not be protected outside, inside. Oh my God. Center of gravity on this is actually like this. The house is here. This here, okay, what it does is it comes all the way down to the bottom, and it wraps around, and it wraps around, and it wraps around, and it wraps around. So if this gets damaged, only one piece will get damaged, because each other piece gets its life right up through here, all around this natural reddish green pepper. It's a red pepper, but they call it a bell pepper. Bell represents love, beta, and God. This represents the spirit. This represents all the bad energies of the red spirit. Like I said with the cow, she eats in the field. You drink her milk. You cannot drink her milk and her meat at the same time, because it's her meat and her energy that made that milk. So if you defeat her energy and take her protein away, okay, you're putting a plus with a minus, and that means minus again, so it's no good. And apparently It doesn't work very good in your body. I don't know. I might try to get back to this picture over here. Okay. So what this is the tic-tac. This is the telephone. Looks like a slot machine, eh? It's the telephone. Doesn't it look like a grave or a graveyard? All right, but now I put God's head on it. I put his shoulders on because Beta was right here. She took the shoulders off. If you take a look, it's just like a big hexagon, but it's an octagon because I took off the points. Now you see this is like a Pac-Man or an inchworm, okay? What I did is I joined this side with this side. How do I do it? I can't go straight across because that's Beta's region. The distance between here and here is less than 5.125%. And at that distance, you cannot put it across. Why is it that distance do I talk about? Because that's the Mayan short count, 5.125. Because that's 25. What is it? 20 times 25? Hold on a second. Let me get the calculator out here. Now, calculator. Hey, Mr. Calculator. Yeah, I want to divide 5125 by 5. It comes out to 1025. Okay, I did it by 5. Now, what it means coming out to 1025? It means 10. Angel and man, 6 and 4, 10. Each worth 0.25, a quarter. That's all they're worth, 10 and a quarter. And that's how we get the Mayan count. Okay. Now, what we were actually doing in here for the Mayan count is, what does it take multiplied to equal 525? So I went 20 times 25. Is it 21 times 25? 21. Whoop. 21 times 25. No. 20.5. 20. I'm going to leave it go after this. 0.5 divided by 5. Oh, now I'm all mixed up. Hold on a second. 20.5 times 0.25. Now I got it. Oh, thank God. Exactly. Divided by 20.5. Oh, this is so perfect. Oh my God. I gotta write this down. I'm sorry, I can't tell you yet. Okay. 5125 divided by 20.5 equals 20.5 times 25 is 500. Okay, let me get my mouse from the floor. I'm starting to drop everything over the floor. 25 times 20.5 equals, okay, this is what I did. I took the short Mayan count, okay, and I used it as the answer. And what I try to calculate is man is 0.25. He's 1 degree. One movement of this earth is man, because one movement of this earth, okay, is 0.25 degrees, and man is worth that quarter. He's worth 1/4. He's worth 1 of every 4 years, 1 of everything, because that's his creation, okay? And he's worth a little bit more with spirit, but that's his creation. Okay, so in this Mayan count here, okay, because of his 1/4, 20 means the beta world, and his actual value is the 5. You see, his passage or creation, okay, is 3. The reason for pi, and I'm going to continue to say, but I can't exactly finish the end because I know nothing about pi. I just saw the number once or twice. I just saw what the number said. Okay, it's 3 worlds of one spirit, okay, of the 4 corners. Of the one spirit of the 4 corners plus man. That's what it is. And because people are being born and are dying, and because of the spirit that comes in and out, and also the animals, you send out bad vibes, they know right away in the jungle, right away. When your cat purrs like your car, you know she's good, right? Oh, when the cat's purring, it's because she knows she has all the information she needs. She walks. Look at the animals. Look at the animals that are tall. Look at the animals that are short. Look at the animals that stick their head in the sand. You know what's funny about sticking their head in the sand? I think our this picture of God, right, that I say, this picture here, the rainbow, Why the gold is at the end of the rainbow is because I think the head of our universe is in the middle of our earth. I think she's stuck in the middle of our earth. Why, she's all protected in there. I mean, if we all get ruined, she just takes off, nothing for her, right? If we all die, we all die, but the principal office must be protected, right in the middle of the earth, center earth, Lord of the Rings. That's why they had to burn the rings. They couldn't connect those rings. Okay, is there an evil in this world? Yes, there is an evil in this world. I'm not going to explain it to you, okay? Don't be scared. Don't be scared, okay? Because you can have evil people and evil thoughts. And it's the evil thoughts you do not want. So if you are good, you eliminate them. Don't ask yourself so many questions why everybody else is no good. That's the way the whole world turned. But it starts with one, it starts with you. Count you, you and only you and nobody else. Don't check, don't ask. Okay? You want to open the door, don't open the door. You want to do it, you don't want to, don't do it. Or whatever it is, do it with a smile and, you know, just screw off after and don't get involved. Okay? Anyways, at the end of this, okay, why I did this is because two of these make a supper table. This element here, if you can see, it's an eye. It's also a bee's nest, okay? And this one here. They all work together. All of these work together. They're actually one piece you can't see. They're all little balls that turn, and all these doors open up. And all these lights that you see here, which is the chalice, and Jesus in the chalice, they open up and they send out the energies into here and down. This is a passage. This is an eye. It's a passage to the next level and the next level. And it brings up. But what happened, I'm showing you in this picture, is we live on top of our world. We don't live inside our world where God in heaven is right now. We live on top, okay? So these are the two dice of the pig representing the angel resident, which is an R, which is actually a K. A K and a V turn into an R. Okay, there's more than one way. Angel resident, if your name starts with an R, okay, and not an R-E, okay, why? I don't know. You just can't put R-E right after it because it's almost like you're following the E world, you know, like Renee or something like that. The joy of the world, but it's more of a soul name. R-E would be more of a soul name. I mean, it's not hard to know, and anything I talk about, I know it because I studied it. I know it because I studied it and I saw the results and I liked the results and I said it'll be good, and if it was good for me I said I'll try it, and if you don't like it, well, I don't know. Aren't we having fun here? Isn't it a game? You tell me something, I tell you something, all of a sudden we're all talking together, and then one person says something bad and all the people only want to talk about the bad now, and we all separate and all the balls separate. When they say I'm a pinball wizard, deaf, dumb, and blind, because he doesn't have to see. Deaf, dumb, and blind. He's all hands-on. Isn't that what it would say? Deaf, dumb, and blind. So he'd be hands-on, touchy-feely. A touchy-feely God. So anyways, I see that it's in the ground. And what you saw in the center is a feed mill. I believe she brought the children. Okay, up next to her, here's one eye, one angel, and here's the other one, or here's the yellow angel, and here's man, one on each side between Beta and God. From being in the middle of the telephone, she brought him all the way up to the top, to the part you don't see, which would be on these 6 and 1 dice. You see, you don't see this part on the telephone. This is the part that's missing. You see, it's up there. It's on the top here. That's where Beta brought everybody, so everybody's together. So in this picture I designed you, okay, you have, you'd have a different telephone, 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 3 rows. But it's 4 rows. It goes up to here, to the rainbow, to God, to the connection, okay, and it turns upside down. And if you look on the telephone, okay, on what would be underneath the 7 key, you would see a star. Do you see the line across? Okay, that's saying a living star. The other one is the ambulance star. It means the heaven star. Okay, underneath the next one usually would be the O. The O is like an egg. It's like a golden egg because it tells us the golden egg. Oh my God, I just thought of this. Golden egg, 0, love. Golden egg, 0, love, gold. Egg, 0, love. Golden egg. Oh, 10. 10, 10. Oh, 10, 10, 10. How many eggs were there? 10. How many eggs in the Christmas thing? There were 10 eggs. The 10, 10. It's the world. It's the angel and man. When you sing the Christmas songs this Christmas, when you hear about the golden eggs, oh my God, golden eggs, they all have to do with the levels of man, the entrance and the exit. 10, 20, 30. Now we begin. 40, 50, angel and man. 60 starts with an S, spirit. 70 starts with an S in the E world, spirit, for the 7. 8 starts with an E for the electronic E world of Earth. And 9 is neutralization of the 14th letter, which makes it 5, and we have the pass key to get in. On birth, 9, then we hit 10, which is the jack. Well, now it's an expression that the angel and man are going to be into this world. The only thing we now have to do is call upstairs, hook them up, spirit red. So they hooked up a spirit red. Oh, sorry about that. Were you watching that? Oh, sorry, guys. I usually don't try to put it on, but okay. Right. He says hello. Who says hello? The man's upstairs. The make-believe, the ghost, the one we never see. It's in our imagination, however I perceive it. And I like what I think. I perceive and I tell. So the golden egg is 10, 20, 30, tick, tack, toe. Touch my toe. Did I ever tell you about the words my and I? The reason we have to say it's my and not it's I, because I is God. You would say it's mine with an M in the front. The I becomes small. The N is the neutralization in the E world of what it is, and it is yours. Because when you use the letter M, it means both sides. 4 and 6. 5 is in the center. That item. Okay? Check that item out. I'd like to start studying that. I just picked that up right now. So you got to understand, everything, there's a reason. 60, 70, okay? 6 and 7, Saturday, Sunday. 6 is SI, I world, 9. 7 is E, electronic world. So one went in the I world, and I keep thinking that I world is underneath the ground and up in the air. Because they keep an eye on us from both ends. I don't think we're the I birth. We live really in the O world, but they live in the O world. Because the O we live in is the O inside of us while they live under the water in Atlantis. When the oceans open up and they come out of the sea after 5,000 years. Well, they've been out through the tsunamis, right? What do you think the tsunamis are here? It's not that God wanted to do everything like this. He has no choice. He's helping the planet to survive, and bad things happen, but they're bad for something good to happen. That's the way it is in this world. It's volatile, and it's even worse outside in the universe. You got to do and work with what you got. You work with what you got, and we're the results of all of that. So, you have 6 and 7, I and E. I is the 9th letter, E is the 5th letter. One is the passage whole, and one is the birth. To be able to get in the passage, you have to be a 9. If you're not 9, you can't come in. Because once you're 9, you're automatically 11. What? How did I come 2 years more? I thought I was 9. Well, when you come into this world, we're all 9s, okay? The angel connect makes himself a 10, okay? But you're in the beta world, and she's 2. It makes you 11. It makes you 11. 9 and 2 is 11. I'm sorry, son. You and your angel are a Lenin. And a Lenin is an angel planet. And a Lenin, okay, has been sent over here to send a message. I read the stars. I saw where Mercury was. I saw where Venus was. I understood the situation. I took up my telephone. I looked at my telephone. I go, okay, 1 is beside 2, behind the sun. Let's use Jupiter as the sun now. All of a sudden, it's on the other side of the sun sending the rays over here. No interference from Venus and Mercury at the time. It was free ride over to our moon. Lenin sent a message right out of the Star Trek films. We all thought it wasn't real, but you know what? Now we're all ready for it. I bet you there's lots of people that are excited. Is it the truth? It's the truth of a mind that you have listened to on my website or on YouTube. for the past year. It's the truth from the man who tells you that if somebody comes to my door and says, I got $1 million for me, I tell him to come back in the morning, thank you very much, I'll give you a tip if you wait. So I'll pay for his overnight, but I won't let him in the door. Not anymore. I have no choice. I have to play it the way the game was written. Do you know the game that was written in the Bible, the way things go at the end? The wrong people seem to always be knocking on your door. And I've been getting the signs. I'm dropping things. My videos are screwing up. They're coming out good. I'm getting all this energy to be able to sustain, to be able to talk to the I people, all of you who stand on your own, who have your own heart, who think, who want just as much as anybody else. Whether we have, we don't have, you know what, are just our angles. You know, when your angles go out to 90 degrees and you have money, but some men are just like horses. We're like this. Man lives like a horse. We're blinders on, because if we don't have enough money, we can't move our hands away from our face, because we only can go into our fridge. It's ours. Okay, into my room, onto the sofa, back to work, onto my room, back to work. Oh, my boss, he screams at me, but that's okay. He doesn't know any better, but he's done it for 9 months already. What's the difference if I report him? It's not my problem. I just handle it. Because I'm bringing in the bacon and I cook it and it smells good. There's salt in it and everybody wants that salt. That salt is a key ingredient. They're looking to connect the Black Sea, if they have not already done it, over to the Mediterranean. And in Monopoly and in the game and in the Bible and in the book and in my mind of everything I wrote, that's the last connection. It's the most amazing thought in the world. I just can't believe that I know that's the last connection. Excuse me, there are a few more certain things have to happen in a few other parts of the world, but once it comes to the flow of water, my friends, everything will it's just incredible. They hooked up the negative with the positive. It's insane. Dead Sea. What's the name of the Mediterranean River? Is it the Red Sea and the Dead Sea? Oh my God, what sea is it? Doesn't matter. You know what Red Sea and Dead Sea is? You want to see? You know Dumbo the elephant?